Hey, welcome back. Let's give this a try here with some audio equalization. So we've got 5 bikes out, 5 out of 6. We're going to do a little acceleration test and top speed test. First up, the Yamaha Towny. Very nice car. Actually, it'd be a very nice scooter. The Towny has been giving me all types of trouble lately, but I think I got most of the things ironed out, most of the problems ironed out. We're going to head out to our little course, take a couple minutes to get there, and all blah 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 while we're riding along. Or maybe I won't. The course, the acceleration will be tested for the distance of 1 block, and then I'll go an additional, 4 or 5 blocks for the top speed test. The Towny is, I'm going to say it's pretty much stock, simply because it still has the stock exhaust on it. It does have a slightly bigger top end, and it does have a VM18 carburetor, which is probably a little lean on the mid-range. Maybe a little lean on the main jet as well, because this thing started to run kind of hot. But I was tired of messing with it, and so I took it out and ran it anyways. The other thing was yesterday, I was planning on taking this to ride in a rally today, but it gave me so many problems yesterday that I just gave up on it. Well, almost gave up on it. I had to go to a slightly less stiff pair of clutch springs because this one has always had trouble shifting from first to second gear with the really stiff or the stiffer clutch springs, and when I got it out to ride it, I didn't want to shift it all out of first gear. So after messing with the jetting for what seemed like forever, I finally just broke down and switched the clutch springs back to the stock clutch ones anyways. So, and we're cruising along pretty nice here, getting to the starting line, and I've actually already timed this one. Whoops. Alright. Let's see. We're going to do 1 block acceleration and then top speed. Set, go. Alright, you heard the man. You know what's coming up. Alright, that was my acceleration test, and the standard is 14.23 seconds. And that might be kind of tough to beat. And as far as the top speed, let me look it up here. I kept it on my cell phone. Oh, well, I just told you. So, 39.3 miles an hour, which is actually, I guess it's due to the jetting, the fastest the Towny has ever gone by almost 2 miles an hour. 39.3, so not bad. And I think on this initial run, I think I take you guys all the way back to the house with me, which isn't very much further, so stay tuned shortly. Now my idle was a bit high as well. The problem with these no-pads or mopeds is it's kind of like in high school I used to own a VW Beetle, and it was I loved that car, but I also hated it because something was going wrong all the time. You know, it's just an older vehicle, and things just go wrong left and right. And the same thing with these older two-stroke mopeds. Something is always going wrong. You know, it either the weather's changed and the jetting is off, or as you'll see, other problems crop up. So sometimes they can drive you crazy. It's a love-hate relationship. But right now, I love it because, hey, I'll take 39.3 on pretty much a stock Towny. And you know, ultimately, the exhaust is the most important part of your system. And if you still got the stock exhaust, you know, it's pretty much stock. I don't care what else you do, because it will limit everything else. It'll limit a bigger top end. It'll limit a bigger carburetor. The exhaust is kind of the life force of the beast. All right, let's take it on in. Let's get out the next one. Who's up next? Here it is, the black Yamaha QT50. Stock top end with some modifications. SHA carburetor and MLM people's pipe. Oh, I better get my stopwatch going because I did not time this one yet. So 14.2. Let's time this one. I think we had some traffic to get by here.
All right. See if we can beat the Towny or not. Everybody's
Remember,
coming.
the Towny is a 2-speed bike. This is a 1-speed. So, big disadvantage.
Ready? Go!
Off to a bad start.
Come on! Not a good start.
18.0. 4 seconds slower. Here, I'm busy right now.
Top speed beat the Towny. 41.2.
So, 41.2 miles an hour on that run. 2 miles an hour faster than the Towny, but considerably slower on the acceleration. I think I give you a little bonus footage of the QT50. Let's see here. I still think I can get this QT50 up to 45 miles an hour. But let's move on to the orange Honda Express with the DR kit, MLM People's Pipe, SHA clone carb. This thing is glacially slow on the acceleration compared to the rest. This was actually a great thing to do, just to compare these bikes one right after the other. It's got, I forget where it hits, but it's got a real narrow power band, probably right around 35 or so. It finally hits, and then it really takes off, as you can kind of see right there. So what do we got? 14.2 and 18.0. Well, this one will probably be the slowest of them all on the acceleration. But how fast will it be on the top speed? Now I've got this thing limited with a really restrictive air filter, so it loses about 2 miles an hour because of that. Alright, let's see what we can do here.
This one's going to be slow off the line.
Get the stopwatch out.
What do you know about that? Alright, ready?
Yep.
Go. Oh, you turkey go.
Hurry.
Ah.
16.3. Oh, well, 39.9 miles an hour. So really this thing can do 42 with a normal air filter. And speaking of things that went wrong, after I was done riding with this, I noticed I used the oil tank as a spare gas tank. Well, gas was leaking out of the oil side. So I had to drain the gas out of the oil side of it. And I guess I'll have to deal with that later. You know, something's always going wrong. But whatever. This one's probably jetted a tad rich as well. Alright, we're on to the Chappy. Yamaha Chappy. How will this one do? This is not a street machine. These tires are meant for riding on dirt trails. That's what I've come to determine here. But that's alright. Let's see here. Stopwatch. How will this do? This is a 2-speed automatic. It's not going to beat the Towny, but I'm going to say it might move into second place, pushing out the orange Honda Express, which is what, 16.3. And we had the slow Yamaha at 18.0. I'm going to say 15s. I'm going to say it's going to go 15s here. We'll find out. Then we got to figure out the top speed. Let's get to the starting line, shall we? Somewhere up there. Little things that go wrong. This thing is almost perfect, except it leaks at the gas cap. I bought a new gas cap and that didn't change anything. I don't know if the threads are bad or what, but it's just, you know, the little things that keeping you from keep it from being 100%. All right, go. Come on, hit it, hit that shift. There it goes. Oh, 14.5. Almost beat the Towny. Do I announce the top speed? We'll find out. I might have kept it to myself, but the top speed on that was 42.2 miles an hour. And I give you a little bonus footage of the Chappy run. Seem to run into a bunch of traffic on this ride. Except for its acceleration, that black Yamaha has kind of been the most impressive bike so far, in my opinion. Of course, it stumbled. I don't know if it was, kind of rich off the line. It stumbled off the line on me. So, oh well, probably cost me a second or so, but really pleased with where we're headed on the top speed side of things with that bike. And I run up on this guy, I think he's doing all of like 8.4 miles an hour, so I take an alternate route. See you, buddy. Just drive right through the ditch and then blast right by him into the schoolyard field. Now, this is where these tires shine. I mean, you take a turn and they just cut right into the grass and dirt. Where when you're on the asphalt, they can't cut into the asphalt, so it almost feels like it's fighting you when you're trying to turn to the right. It's trying to kick you back the other way. So I don't really know. Top speed's no big deal on the Chappy. This is a trail bike. It's not. Who cares about top speed? As a matter of fact, this is probably better with the stock exhaust than the MLM exhaust. Okay, Urban Express. I put a stock engine on the Urban Express, and this is with the MLM circuit pipe and the VM18 carb. There's a VM18 carb on the Towny as well, and they both seem to be lean in the mid-range. Even though I put this on the second richest setting on the needle, and at 4 strokes at full throttle, which you'll see ahead. So this is the 5th out of 6 bikes. I only do 5 today. I'll do the red QT on another occasion. Soon, though. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. And then the deal with this one is the pipe does not hit until 35 miles an hour. And it's difficult to get it to 35 miles an hour on a flat. You almost need a slight downhill to do that. So Didn't get that here. Now, let's pull out the stopwatch. I wasn't ready. I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and do it again and put it in the description below. Unfortunately. Or maybe there's another way I can stick it in. Anyhow, top speed here was only 33.6, so I've got some more tuning to do on this. Or maybe I need to stick back on the other engine with the bigger top end. Because normally, this thing would have blown everything else away no problem with the kitted engine. But, oh well. Probably need to try a different bell from the BX31. Tell you what, I'm going to stop my audio now. Okay, through the magic of video editing, I went back and timed that acceleration run for the Urban Express, and it was 16.1. So, not bad. But again, I've got some additional tuning to do with this bike, obviously. But hey, everything was running, and for the most part, running pretty well. And I guess the takeaway is you're always doing something with these things because something is always going awry. So, I guess if you like that, that's a good thing. Sometimes it'll drive you crazy. Anyways, we'll get the QT50 Red in the mix here soon in its own little video, and thanks to the Kentucky Yankee for submitting this video request. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun and educational. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.